Hello, I'm Craig Phillips. Welcome to the first episode of the most frequently asked questions around EPCs. Question number 1. What is an EPC? An EPC means Energy Performance Certificate, which is a form of rating system to summarise the energy efficiency of a building. The building is given a rating between A, which is very efficient, right the way down to G, which is inefficient. An EPC will also include tips about the most cost-effective ways to improve your home energy rating and the running costs of the house. An Energy Performance Certificate is used in many countries and is also an essential requirement to a house that's being either sold or rented. Question number 2. Why do we need an EPC? You must have an EPC when you're either selling a property, renting your property, or building a new property. Now, before you market your property, you will be required to show an EPC rating to your estate agent for all potential buyers or tenants to view. Then if you happen to agree a sale on your home, then your solicitor will require a copy or evidence of the EPC rating certificate before they can exchange contracts and complete your sale. Question 3. When do I not need an EPC? Well, you don't need an EPC for temporary buildings that will be used for less than 2 years. A standalone building with useful floor space of less than 50 square metres. Industrial sites, workshops and non-residential agricultural buildings that are not using a lot of energy. As well as this, an EPC will not be required for a holiday accommodation that's rented out for less than 4 months of the year or is let under a licence to occupy. With regards to a listed building, you should get advice from your local authority's conservation officer if the work required would alter the building's character. An EPC is also not required for a residential building intended to be used for less than 4 months a year. And finally, with regards to places of worship, you will not be required to show an EPC. Question 4. How do I get an EPC? Well, that's simple. Just check out www.housebuild.co.uk for full details of how you can arrange your first or next EPC. Question 5. What energy performance areas around the house are measured? Well, it's your walls, floors and roof areas are all inspected and measured. Then the heating source, lighting and windows are also taken into account. The inspector will require information on the building structure. They will collect energy consumption data and they may even have to monitor internal temperatures. Number 6. How can I improve my EPC ratings? Well, the most common recommendations to improve your EPC ratings are switch your lighting to LED, insulate hot water cylinders, install heating controls, replace boiler with a new condensing boiler, replace single glazing windows with double glazing, install or upgrade loft, wall and floor insulation, install underfloor heating, install a smart meter, invest into renewable energy and seek advice from your energy supplier. Finally, insulate party walls. What do EPC ratings mean? The A to G ratings tell you how energy efficient your property currently is, with an A being the most energy efficient and G being the least. The certificate will show you what the current rating is and which letter category it falls into. The best thing about the report is that it also shows the potential rating along with recommendations to gain better energy performance out of your building. Number 8. What does an EPC certificate consist of? Well, an EPC contains information about the property's energy use and the typical energy costs, steps to improve the property's energy efficiency and save the occupier money long term with the overall running costs. Number 9. What do the EPC assessors look for? The assessors will be looking at what type of insulation that you have in your walls, floors, ceilings or the attic area, as well as your lighting both inside and outside the house. They want to know what type of heating you have, whether it's gas or electric, what generates your hot water, even the ratings of your white goods in your kitchen and the utility room, along with what type and age windows and structure the building is. are probably the most common things the assessor will be looking for during the EPC survey. The assessor will require access to all of the rooms in the property, including, where applicable, loft hatches and basements, any room in the roof spaces, extensions, conservatories, electric and gas meters. Now, if you have any paperwork to offer detailing what's installed in your house, this could help the assessor gain better results for your EPC. For the 10th and final question, will the assessor supply me with a set of drawings with my EPC certificate? Yes, they do. They'll be able to draw you a sketch of the overall floor area of the property along with the sizes, which I personally found helped me when I come to sell property. I hope you found this first episode helpful. If you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to check out the website, www.housebuild.co.uk.